Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today's speed build is going to be a little bit of a longer voiceover or a longer video, so yeah, grab some tea or like popcorn or whatever, but grab some snacks because we're in for a little bit of a longer video. And yeah, so this is the video that I told you guys about, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks ago or something by now, where I mentioned that I have a longer voiceover that I want to do or that I need to do, and I wanted to do something fun in the voiceover, that I wanted to do a Q&A in that voiceover, in like the really long one. So yeah, this is the build that I was talking about, the video that I was talking about, and yeah, it is a little bit longer than my videos tend to be. Normally I try and keep my videos under 20 minutes, under like maybe like 17 minutes if I can. So yeah, having a 26-27 minute voiceover to do is kind of like it's kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. I have been procrastinating on doing this video for the past, I don't know, maybe like 3 weeks by now. I've had this build done for like, I don't know, maybe like a month, honestly. So yeah, I have been wow, I can't speak already. Procrastinating on doing this video for a while. So yeah, I thought I should just do it and get it over with and get it out to you guys, because I do love the build. I'm absolutely obsessed with how this build turned out, and I loved building it and all of that, and I've been dying to share it with you guys. The only thing that's been putting me off is literally the idea of having to sit here and talk for 26 minutes. So yeah, I mean, we're doing it and we're going to have some fun. We're going to be doing a Q&A a little bit later in the video, once I've talked about the build and what I'm doing and all of that stuff. So yeah, this is a build for my Rebuild Willow Creek project for my save file, so it's completely custom content free. I know the last build that I did that went up on the channel was an apartment build, that was a CC apartment. So yeah, I promised you guys that I would be doing another like CC free build as the next video, and yeah, this is that build. So it's a completely gigantic, and I do mean it's really like gigantic. It took me forever to finish this video. Just for context, before I edited out a bunch of things, this video would have been 45 minutes long, and you're all sped up obviously. And yeah, there was no way I was going to do a 45-minute video because that sounds terrifying, and honestly I don't think you guys would have wanted to sit through like 45 minutes. So I did cut out a bunch of things. I cut out like whole rooms out of this build, which is something that I usually hate doing. So yeah, I'm sorry I had to do that, but it was necessary basically, and you guys will see everything in the screenshots at the end of the video. So if you do just want to skip to the end and look at the screenshots, you can do that. I won't hold it against you. But yeah, for those of you guys that are a little bit newer to the channel and that haven't been here like this whole time, I know a lot of you guys are new to the channel. I'm going to be doing a Q&A like I said, so if you guys wanted to know a little bit more about me, that would be a great thing to like wait for, like a little bit later in the video. But anyway, so this build, like I said, it's for my Willow Creek project, for my save file basically. So it's CC free, it's not pack restricted at all, and it's not budget restricted at all either, because obviously it's completely gigantic. And yeah, it's a 5-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom family home. It could easily be more than 5 bedrooms because there's a study or like an office room downstairs, and then there's another office room right above it on the 2nd floor as well. So yeah, those 2 offices could easily be converted into another bedroom. Then there's 2 living rooms downstairs. One of them is like really big and kind of a little bit more fancy. I mean, it still has a TV in it and everything, but I figured it's more of like the grown-ups living room, I guess, where they entertain and stuff like that. It has a piano and a bookcase and all of those kinds of things. And then there's a secondary living room that's more of like a family room, I guess. So it has another TV, a game console, some bookcases, a foosball table, I think, as well as like a family computer. So that room could easily be converted into another bedroom, like an ensuite bedroom if you wanted to, because there is a bathroom like right next to it. And then there's an absolutely gigantic kitchen. There's a formal dining room. There's like a little laundry room, scullery kind of nook. I guess off of the kitchen, and then there's a mudroom going outside. There's a bunch of like, I guess, kind of unnecessary rooms, because you know, you don't really need a laundry room slash scullery type thing in The Sims. I just had the space for it, so I added it. But you guys could easily repurpose those little areas to whatever your Sims would need. And then upstairs on the second floor, there's obviously the master bedroom. There's 4 kids' rooms, and obviously all of the bathrooms and everything. And then on the third floor, so I didn't originally build this house to have a third floor, but I finished this build over the course of like a few months, honestly. And when I went back to finish it, it was just after Eco Lifestyle came out, so just after we got ladders. So I decided that it would be fun to use the like attic space in this build, because I do have those decorative dormers upstairs that are actually rooms in the roof that you can use, but I didn't want to use it because I didn't have any space to fit in like a staircase or anything like that. So once we did get ladders, I actually decided to use the ladders and place one in the upstairs hallway to go to the third floor. And in the attic, there's now another bathroom, like a half bathroom, I think. There's a half bathroom on the like in the like attic, basically a half bathroom, as well as a like private gym room. So there's some workout equipment, a yoga mat, and stuff like that. So yeah, they even have use for the attic in this house. And then the backyard has a swimming pool, a little grill area, some seating, all of that stuff. And then it also has a treehouse, like a fully functional treehouse that took me forever to build. By the way, I cut all of that out. You guys don't see me messing with it, but it took me forever to try and get a tree that would work properly, and to try and get it at a really nice height and everything. So yeah, that took a while. But I managed to get it to work and everything, and since we have ladders, I built it after we got ladders, so I was able to use a ladder to get up there and everything. So there's a bunch of like play equipment and play things, more like kid oriented, but there's another like smaller flat screen TV along with a game console, some crafting things and all of that. So yeah, the family that are going to be living here in my save file are called the Eckert family. So there's 2 dads. One of them is an author, the other one is like a professor, so that's why they have 2 separate like office spaces. So yeah, they do have 2 separate office spaces. Then they've adopted 4 kids. So over the course of the years, they've adopted a teenage boy. I mean, he's now a teenage boy, but I thought they would have had him and their other 2 teenagers from the time they were toddlers, probably. So yeah, they have 2 teenage girls, which again, I thought they would have lived here since they were toddlers. They have a teenage son, and then they have a child son. So that's why I did add a bunch of like play things in the treehouse, because I did think that the 3 teenagers, like I said, would have been here their whole lives. So they grew up in this house. So probably there's a bunch of their old stuff in there as well, along with their like younger brothers stuff. So yeah, that's basically the idea that I had in my head for this family. They also have 2 dogs. They have 2 like Great Pyrenees dogs. I'm probably not saying that right, but yeah, they do have 2 dogs as well. So it's a very full household, and you guys might occasionally catch a glimpse of them standing in front of the house. But yeah, so that's basically everything about the family and all of that stuff that I wanted to mention. If something occurs to me that I didn't mention, I'll just plop it in somewhere randomly, probably, as it like occurs to me. But yeah, so onto the like Q&A portion of this build. So I haven't done a Q&A on my channel since I think the time I hit maybe like 100 subscribers or something, which was years ago by now. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to answering all of these questions, because I did ask on the community tab, I asked on a video that I did, and I asked on Twitter as well for some questions and stuff. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions that I don't answer in this video, and there's something else that you want to know, leave those questions down in the comments, because honestly, I would love to answer them throughout the course of some other videos and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely leave any other questions that you guys have. But so yeah, so Chloe asked over on Twitter, what lights you up from the inside out? And honestly, this is such a, like, I had to think about this. I had to think about this question for a second, because I could easily tell you guys what I love doing. Like, I love gaming, stuff like that. But the way she said it, like, what lights you up from the inside out, honestly, this is going to sound so, like, soppy. But my family, I love spending time with my family, especially if we can spend it, like, outside, doing something in nature. I'm not a very sporty person, I'm not a very active person, so don't ask me to go on like a hike or a jog or anything like that, because that won't happen. But just spending time outside, you know, being in nature and being with my family is something that I love doing. So yeah, that would probably be what lights me up. And then Rosebud asked, what's your favorite game beside The Sims? And also, what's your favorite type of dog? So my favorite game beside The Sims is probably more management style games, honestly. Stuff like Banished, City Skylines, any kind of management type thing. I also really love Civilization 6, and I used to play a lot of like Darkstone. I don't know if you guys know what Darkstone is. I don't think it's around anymore. At least I can't find it anywhere. But yeah, I used to play a lot of Darkstone and a lot of like Diablo and stuff like that. So yeah, I do lean more towards like the management type of games. And then as for my favorite dog, I don't think I have a favorite dog, honestly. We currently have a husky, so I love huskies, obviously. But I don't think I have like a favorite dog. I mean, I've always wanted a pug, so I guess a pug. Okay, so Retro Sims asked, how many animals do I have? So we have 3 cats. 3 cats and, like I said, the husky. So our cats are... One of our cats is a... What is he? He's like a Tonkinese, I think. Yeah, he's a Tonkinese. And the other 2 are just like regular house cats, basically. What's your favorite Sims game? Retro Sims also asked... What's your favorite Sims game, and what do you enjoy more, building, cast, or gameplay? So favorite Sims game is probably a tie between The Sims 2 and The Sims 4. Honestly, I love all of The Sims games. I've played all of them, and I love all of them for different reasons. Like, I love The Sims 3 for the amount of different things we can do in gameplay. I love that part about The Sims 3. And to an extent, I do love the customization in The Sims 3. I don't necessarily miss it, but I do like it. But for like my favorite Sims game, probably The Sims 2 for gameplay. I love the little like touches that The Sims 2 gameplay has, and the little features and just things that make The Sims feel more alive. But definitely The Sims 4 if it comes to building. I love building in The Sims 4. I love everything that we can do. I love how intuitive build mode is for The Sims 4. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of stuff that I would love to add to The Sims 4 build mode, but yeah, it's definitely my favorite. So yeah, I guess it's a tie between Sims 2 and Sims 4. And then what do you enjoy more, building, cast, or gameplay? Definitely building. Definitely building in The Sims 4, and probably gameplay in The Sims 2, but I do love building in The Sims 2 as well. So I would definitely say that I'm more of a builder. So Emil019 asked, wow, I can't read. Do you know when you will release the first version of your save file? And also, how do you build? For example, are you building from inspiration, or do you just begin to build? So for the save file, I honestly have no idea. I think I mentioned this in another like save file related video, but I have no idea when the save file is going to be done. I've been working on it for off and on, I've been working on it off and on basically for the past like 2-3 years by now. So yeah, I work really slowly when I do stuff like this, because I do pay a lot of attention to the details and a lot of like the family dynamics and stories and builds especially. I pay a lot of like attention to detail, so that's why it takes me this long. But as for when the first version of it will be out, I did mention that I want to have a first version out with just Oasis Springs and Willow Creek being completely done. So having all of the lots rebuilt or renovated, all of the families in there that I want to have in there and stuff like that. So that first version, I want that to be out at least before the end of the year, like no later than the end of this year, because I do still have like 3 or 4, no, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 builds left for Willow Creek, and then I have, I think, 5 or 6 builds left for Oasis Springs. So I don't just work on the save file, I do builds like in between that are for other things, or that are just random builds or stuff like that, which is also why I guess it's taking me this long. But yeah, I want to have the first version out before the end of this year with those 2 worlds done. And then obviously that version will have some of the other worlds, you know, partly done, and, you know, a lot here or there done in like some of the other worlds as well. But yeah, before the end of this year. And how do you build? For example, are you building from inspiration, or do I just begin to build? So usually when I build, I just go in and start building and see what happens. Unless I'm trying to go for a very specific style. So if I'm trying to go for a very specific style, like a Victorian house or a craftsman, or something that I'm not like super familiar with like myself, then I will look up reference pictures. But usually I just go in and start building and see what happens. So that girl Kay asked, do I play Animal Crossing? And no, I do not play Animal Crossing. I've never played any of the Animal Crossing games. But if I had a Switch, I would be playing Animal Crossing, because I know a lot of my friends are playing it and it looks like a lot of fun. Lauren Mangan, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of your guys' names, I'm really sorry. But Lauren asked, where do you get your inspiration from for builds? Are there any other Sims YouTubers you watch? And also, out of curiosity, I'm guessing from your accent that you speak another language, and I was curious what that is, or where you're from. Wow, I probably shouldn't have read the whole thing, but anyway. So yeah, my first language is Afrikaans. I am from South Africa, so yeah, my first language is, Afrikaans. So yeah, that's why my English isn't always the best, and why I mispronounce stuff. So yeah, there's that. Where do you get your inspiration from for builds? Usually, like I said, they're usually just made up. But a lot of the time I will get inspiration from watching other Sims YouTubers. So I'll watch their build and see that they're building in a specific style, and I'll try something in that style. Or I'll, you know, just randomly look up different houses on Google or on like real estate website. That's really fun, like going to real estate websites and just looking at the houses. And are there any other Sims YouTubers you watch? So I do spend most of my time on YouTube watching Sims content when I'm not creating my own content. So yeah, there's so many different like other Simmers that I watch, but some of the ones that I watch most frequently are probably Ocean Sims, Urban Sims, Miss Griffey, Evelyn, and Simlessy. So I will have a link to all 5 of their channels down below in the description if you guys want to go and check them out. But yeah, so that's Lauren's, those are Lauren's questions. Then we have some questions from Julia Builds. She asks, who or what's your main inspiration when building? Favorite Sims 4 pack and why? And if I could create an expansion pack for the Sims 4, what would the theme be? So again, inspiration, just make it up usually, or I'll look at houses if I'm going for a specific like style. Favorite Sims 4 pack and why? Definitely seasons. Seasons, because it adds weather, it adds the calendar feature, which is one of my favorite features from The Sims 4, honestly. And then if I could create an expansion for The Sims 4, what would the theme be? So it would either be a generations type thing, so adding a bunch of generational gameplay like The Sims 3 had, with boarding schools, maybe like a babysitting career, like a proper babysitting career, or like more after school activities, stuff like that. So a very like family oriented gameplay type thing. Or it would be something completely builder related. So adding spiral stairs and glass walls and more different window types and all of that kind of stuff, being able to pick a bed frame and a bed spread separately like we could in The Sims 2, or like a counter and a countertop separately, stuff like that. So a very builder oriented pack. And then Carissa Waters asked, I was wondering what are your favorite and least favorite expansion game and stuff packs. So for favorite stuff packs, it's like a three-way tie between Tiny Living, Laundry Day, and probably Nifty Knitting once it comes out. I love the way Nifty Knitting is coming out, and I love all of the items and stuff, so I think that's definitely going to be one of my favorites. So it's a three-way tie for those three. Game packs, it's either Parenthood or Dine Out. And for expansion packs, it's another like three-way tie between Seasons, University, and Eco Lifestyle. Eco Lifestyle mainly just for the like building aspect and for the items that came in Eco Lifestyle, not so much for the gameplay. But for gameplay, definitely Seasons and University, and I also love all of the build stuff from those two packs. Least favorite stuff pack, definitely Luxury Party. It's just, I don't even need to say anything, it's just no. My least favorite, definitely. For game packs, it's again a tie, because I really don't like the Strangerville gameplay, I don't really like the Strangerville gameplay or the build buy all that much, but I do love the world. But for Realm of Magic, I do love I love the world that came with it, Glimmerbrook, and I love the build buy stuff, but I'm not a fan of the gameplay, honestly. It's not my favorite. I'm not all that into like occult Sims in the first place. And then for expansion packs, definitely Get to Work. I'm really sad that Magnolia Promenade is so small and the build buy items really aren't my favorites. But yeah, so definitely Get to Work for that. Wallflower Sims asks, what's your favorite kind of build to make? Sims styles, Sims that live there, etc. So definitely either a Tudor or a suburban style home, and definitely for families, like really big families. Also, what's your favorite part of making videos? Definitely the recording aspect of it, like not the recording of the voiceover, but like building the actual build and recording that's definitely my favorite aspect of making videos. And then Owen Morris asked, could you tell us the story of how you started your channel, also what equipment you used when you were starting out and what you use now? So starting out, I did used to use a like headset microphone. That was my very first microphone. So yeah, I did upgrade my mic. I have upgraded to a Dixon something or other mic. I think it's in like my about section on the channel. I think I mentioned my mic there. But yeah, I use a proper mic now with a boom arm and everything like that. And then I have upgraded my monitors as well. I used to only have one monitor. I now have two. And that's the only things that I've upgraded. I still use the exact same editing software and the exact same recording software. So I use Bandicam to record my builds. But when I'm doing like live recording, where I do like the voiceover while I'm recording, if that makes sense, then I use OBS. For my speed build voiceovers, I use Audacity and I use Power Director 16 to edit. So yeah, those are the things that I use to make my videos. And as for how I started my channel way back in 2018. On February 26th of 2018. I remember that date exactly because that was the embargo date for The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure. And I was actually part of the Game Changers program before Jungle Adventure with Cats and Dogs. I got like early access for Cats and Dogs. But that was before the Game Changer program was an official like program, like an official EA thing. So we didn't have the like proper website or like a proper program that we were part of. So yeah, with Jungle Adventure, I was actually asked to join the program, and I thought that I had to have a channel. So, which I didn't need to. You don't need to have a channel to be a game changer. There's a bunch of like Tumblr game changers and gallery game changers. But yeah, I thought I needed to make videos. So my first video on the channel was literally early access stuff for Jungle Adventures. And that's how I started my channel. It was all kind of very rushed, honestly. I did rush my first few videos because at that point I didn't know how to make videos. I only had a few days. I think I had like 3 or 4 days of early access, honestly, to learn how to make videos. And yeah, I had to learn everything. I had to learn how to record, how to edit, all of that stuff. So honestly, my first few videos, I think my first video was either a creator sim or a speed build, like a solid color build challenge speed build. I would not recommend that you go back and watch those because they're absolutely horrible, and I'm so ashamed of my first videos, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I did make them with like 3 days, not even 3 days of practice. Honestly, I had 3 days to make videos, so to learn how to make it, to learn how to do it from scratch. So yeah, they're not great, but yeah, that's how I started my channel. So yeah, those are all of the questions that I have for you guys, and thank you so much to everyone that asked a question that I could answer. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have more questions, leave them on this video and I'll definitely answer them either in the comments or in another video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this build. If you did, give the video a like, and if you're new to the channel and you'd like to see some more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and remember to turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, that's basically everything. I hope you guys are having a great week so far, and I will talk to you all in my very next video. Bye guys!
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls, we like what we saw. Seems so strong until it falls, the final straw. Oh, I never felt like this before. Oh, when I was trapped, you showed an open door. Living in a dark, clouded haze, we danced, we fought. We were bound to make mistakes, real love, we thought. But it was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. I never felt like this before. When I was trapped, you showed